Meet Jill. She's an instructional designer. The problem that she is encountering is that the people who are using her training systems seem bored or frustrated and don't always finish her training programs. This is bad because her students need the training in order to do their jobs properly. This puzzles Jill because she works very hard to be sure that the trainees receive all of the information they need to learn, as well as detailed assessments to evaluate the level of learning. Jill wonders why the trainees are not more interested in finishing the training, since much of the time the companies they work for are paying for it. Then Jill heard about a psychological process called flow, discovered by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, a professor at Claremont Graduate University. Csikszentmihalyi has researched and written many books on the subject. He wanted to find out what made life worth living. He discovered that when people were working on something where their skills matched the difficulty of the task, time would melt away and people actually forgot about their own existence. These optimal experiences are what drive intrinsic motivation. Csikszentmihalyi interviewed many people including athletes, artists, composers, and poets. He found that these people had the common experience that art, music, or poetry would just flow out of them. What he discovered was that our brains are only able to process about 110 bits of information at a time, and that these difficult tasks would require nearly all of our brain's processing power to accomplish. That explains why the tasks, while difficult, were enjoyable. Csikszentmihalyi explains there must be a balance between skill and difficulty of the task. This concept is explained in a chart. Too easy and the task becomes boring. Too hard and people get frustrated. The perfect balance of skill and difficulty creates an optimal experience. This optimal experience will in turn cause intrinsic motivation. Many people who have experienced flow will do the tasks that cause flow whether they get paid or not. It dawns on Jill that her systems were not challenging enough for the trainees. She understands that if the training systems are too challenging, they will cause frustration. Jill decides to balance her training systems in a way that will incorporate new challenging information and opportunities for trainees to practice newly learned skills. As soon as she realizes that incorporating optimal experiences into learning, she gets to work designing new training systems which help students enter into the flow state. With Jill's new training systems, students become excited to learn. Jill is happy because her training systems are not only fun, but successful. By the way, Jill experienced flow while designing her new training systems.